Hey guys, welcome back. All right, this is the next little part of the Know Your Rights little video sessions that I'm putting together and putting out there. And if you remember, the last video we covered the Second Amendment. We're skipping the third again because it doesn't really have to do with your interaction with law enforcement. It has to do with the quartering of troops in your home uh, during wartime. Uh, so this next one we're going to cover is the Fourth Amendment. It is the amendment against unreasonable search and seizure. It is extremely, extremely important. Okay? So, here we go. Again, handy dandy pocket constitution. Amendment number 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. All right. So, again, it's your right in layman's terms, it's your right against unreasonable search and seizure. Okay? Now, here's what we need to know. Okay? If the cops come to your house, okay, they have to have either your consent, which is you let them in, or a search warrant. And search warrants have to be obtained based on probable cause. All right. Give you an example. Okay. 2 years ago, I'm working as a school resource officer, and there was a student that hadn't been to school in a couple days. All right. And the school social worker wasn't there that day, so the school principal asked me if I would mind driving out uh, to basically do a welfare check on the kid and see why he's not in school. All right. So I get out there. All right. From outside the house, I can smell what, based on my experience, I know to be marijuana coming from inside the house. A reminder, a lot of this is specific to corresponding case law in the state of Tennessee, and in the state of Tennessee, as of right now, marijuana is an illegal substance. All right. I can smell marijuana. I knock on the door. Okay. A guy comes to the door. High as a kite. Okay. He sees that I'm the police. His eyes get huge. Okay. Now, based on the smell of marijuana, can I search his house? No, I cannot. I have to get the person's consent, or I have to get a search warrant. Now, in this scenario, while this is not how it went down, but say I knock on the door, I smell weed, or when they open the door, I see something in plain sight that's obviously illegal. Can I search the house? No. However, what I see or smell does give me probable cause to go get a search warrant. Okay. And what law enforcement can do in the interim, while they're waiting on their search warrant, they can do what's called a protective sweep of your home, which basically they can go in your house at that point just to make sure there's nobody else in the house, and if there is, to get them out of the house and make sure that doesn't give that what that does is it doesn't give someone the opportunity to destroy evidence. But during that protective sweep, the only thing law enforcement can do is search in places that are generally big enough for a person to hide, like cabinets, big or food pantries or closets. They can't go through your small cabinets and your drawers and stuff like that. Okay, not until the search warrant comes through. All right. So to search your house, you've got to have either consent from the person living in the house, or you have to have a search warrant. Okay. Now, what I want to make clear to you, what to me is really, really important, is there's a difference when it comes to vehicles. Okay. And that's based on what's called the Carroll Doctrine. Now, the United States versus Carroll is about a hundred-year-old Supreme Court case, um, uh, sometime in the 1920s, and it deals with vehicles and other vehicles that are mobile. Okay, and when it comes to a vehicle, so say I do a traffic stop or the police do a traffic stop. All right, you blow through a stop sign, you don't use your blinker, your tag's bad, something. It's a traffic stop. The officer comes up there, smells marijuana, or sees something, like I said, in plain sight that's against the law. Do they still need a search warrant to search your vehicle? No. With vehicles, they only need either A, again, consent, or if the person doesn't give consent, they only need probable cause. Remember, probable cause is what cops need to get a search warrant to search your house. However, with this Carroll Supreme Court case, the Carroll Doctrine, because cars are mobile, cars, boats, RVs, because they're mobile and they can move, the courts have said that the officer just needs probable cause. They don't actually have to seize you, detain you, go get a search warrant, or go impound the car. Okay, as long as they have probable cause, they can search the car on the side of the road. All right, so that's a big difference. Remember, houses, consent, or search warrant. Vehicles, consent, or probable cause. All right. So again, that's the quick down and dirty of the Fourth Amendment. It's your right against unreasonable search and seizure. Oh, hear my daughter in the background. We got a brand new 6-month-old. She's living the dream. She's upset about something now, so let me go check that out. All right. Again, if you have any questions or you think that I got something wrong, please reach out. Drop me a line at my email address. It's aaron.yergan@gmail.com. That's aaron.yeargan@gmail.com. And next time, we'll be covering the Fifth Amendment, which is your right against self-incrimination, and we're going to touch on Miranda rights. So again, very important. All right. But thanks, guys. Have a good day.